Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book, Networking Like a Pro, and I gotta tell you, I am fired up because as a speaker since 2001 and author of 7 books, what we're gonna talk about today is how to lead so others will follow. Because it's been my experience that leadership can be something that a lot of people talk about, but it can be real hard to distill into something that's actionable for people to actually use. Now, people ask me all the time, they're like, Brian, I know that you were a leader in GE Capital before, you started your own business. I know that you led a team of people. I know that you obviously have a business now. You're leading some other folks as well. What is it that you've done to be successful? Well, actually, first of all, we need to define what success looks like in leadership, don't we? And in my mind, successful leadership is when the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Okay, when the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, well, then now you're starting to get somewhere where as a leader, you're adding value. All right, fine. So now that we've got that, what do we do to kind of move ourselves forward? Well, we got to break it down into 2 sections in my mind. There's a mindset component, and then there's a skill set or communication component to it. So with the mindset, what are we talking about that? Mindset is, how is it that I want to show up? Am I going to show up as somebody who's leading from the front, leading from beside, leading from behind? Okay, I'm a lead from beside man myself. All right, so that's the mindset I have. So that means I'm going to be going out there and I'm going to be communicating in a way that gets buy-in. I'm going to be asking questions. I'm not going to I'm not going to take things personally. I'm going to have a growth mindset. I'm going to be coachable. What I found is a lot of times with leaders, they are trying to push, and what they don't realize is that a lot of times leaders, when they're running into challenge, it usually has to do with them not having the right mindset going in. They're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to just try to make these people more like me. No. We need to make these people better versions of themselves. It's a different mindset. Okay, but let's talk about skill set and communication specifically. Well, that's learning how to talk so others will listen, isn't it? That's having a conversation around, we like to talk about the DISC profiles and how that works, and that's what I talk about during the presentations, but being able to have certain things, not only in terms of leading through adversity, because that's a big thing, isn't it? Leading through adversity in terms of communication volume as well as communication quality, but also being able to do so in a way that really connects with each team member. And since each team member is different, you have to change your communication in a way that best suited for them. So that's kind of how we get into it in terms of how to lead so others will follow. We break it out into some 2 groups there. And in terms of the actual format, highly customizable. We can do it as a workshop. We can do it as a breakout session. We can do it as a keynote. We can do all kinds of things. And obviously, I was just giving you guys some examples of some of the points that we can do. But that's something that is, like I said, highly customizable. And it's great for aspiring leaders. It's great for even leaders who are already quote unquote mature, executive directors, people like that, because they get a little bit of a different look, a different angle of what it takes to be able to lead others. And I take my experience, not only from corporate, but from my 20 plus years business experience and apply that to them. So if that sounds like something that your folks would love to be able to, talk about and hear from me, I would love to be able to talk with you about that. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.